Hey guys, it's Tre here from No Flex Club, and me and Brian were supposed to start the podcast. I think this is episode 67. I'm sorry I'm stuttering, but there's just a lot going on right now. So we were supposed to start the episode, but the power cut off, and Brian went upstairs to see what the problem was, but he hasn't been back for like 15 minutes. So I'm just up here seeing what the heck. Did you guys hear that? I don't. Um, Ryan. Ryan. No, Ryan. What's good, guys? Your boy Che here,
And your boy Brian.
and welcome back to
No Flex Club.
I hope you guys enjoyed our little mini short half kind of minute, not even minute long movie that we did. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, it was kind of just a little impulse decision that we did. We were basically like, ooh. But
Let's make a little.
you
Scary
might
movie.
be asking yourself, what's with the creepy intro?
Yeah, like why?
And that's because this episode, we're about to get real spooky.
About to get real spooky up in this.
That's right. I am talking movies. I'm talking stories. We're talking ghosts.
Talking pickles. Everything.
Pickles. We are talking pickles.
Everything. We're going to kick off today's episode discussing It. Now, if you know anything about It, it is It.
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 Based off of the novel by the one and only
James Cameron.
That'd be kind of
Stephen
crazy
King.
if James Cameron directed it, but I feel like that's not really.
That's not his sweet
platform.
suit. He does
He's,
like
he's working on 6 Avatar movies, so he's
6. It's been like
or 5.
almost 12 years.
It's like 5. He signed up for like 5 Avatar movies. You didn't hear about that?
I did, but like, where are they?
Well, I think the second one. So this year's Star Wars. It's gonna go Star Wars, then Avatar, then like another Star Wars thing, and then Avatar.
Oh.
So this year's Star Wars.
Okay.
Next year is Avatar 2020.
James Cameron's direct
Avatar 2.
Avatar? I mean, James Cameron's direct Star Wars?
I don't know if he directs Star
I think
Wars.
George Lucas has that. I don't know.
No, yeah, I don't know. Either way,
Yeah.
all I know is he's doing Avatar every other year. I want to say.
Okay.
So first one I want to say is 2020.
Cool.
I could be wrong.
So hopefully next year. I've been waiting for Avatar for the longest.
Yeah, but this we're focusing on It Chapter 2, and we're gonna cover up Chapter 1 just a little bit too. So spoiler warning.
Yeah, if you haven't seen It too,
It's already been a while. It's been out.
Yeah,
it's been out for a hot minute.
like a couple weeks. If you haven't seen It 1, I'm sorry for you see that. But if you haven't seen It 2, it's kind of more understandable. It's only been out like a month.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about it because we were thinking about whether we want to do this in like a bonus episode or a regular episode, but we're going to do it here
Go ahead
because I feel like that may it's something we want to talk about.
Yeah.
So let's dive right into it. Chapter 1, we watched it before we left
Yeah, before
to
we
go
saw
watch Chapter 2.
Yep.
So how was that nostalgia? What did you think about Chapter 1?
I've seen it. That was my third time watching it. So I saw a couple of things in there that I didn't see before.
Yeah.
Like I noticed that they were in the same park that you'll see in Part 2. I didn't know that. I knew it was the same town, obviously, but I didn't. Just like setting details, like little details that I saw that I didn't see before.
Yeah, I thought it was. I enjoyed It Chapter 1. That's what kind of really got me so amped up for It Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Because it left it on such a crazy note. And I never read the book.
Right. Neither.
But I never saw the old ones either. So this was like the first kind of dive into It.
Yeah.
For me.
I've seen the old ones.
Yeah. So I thought it was good though. But It Chapter 2 though.
That was crazy.
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I thought it was a really, really like well put together movie. Not like there's horror movies and like cheesy horror movies. Mm-hmm. I feel like it wasn't cheesy, but it had like the cheesy aspects of a good horror movie.
Kind of like the Stephen King.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure he was on cocaine.
Right, when he wrote this.
Right.
We're not making this up. I'm pretty sure he said that somewhere.
Yeah. He's in the movie, actually.
Yeah. If you get to see the movie, you'll see him in there.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He has a little tiny little piece in there.
Yeah, little cameo in his own movie. What was it? A book? No, antique shop.
Yeah. He was in the antique shop.
Yeah.
But I thought that was kind of funny.
So should we like review it for them, or should we let them see it and just like give our favorite parts of it?
I guess they don't, I mean, we don't really need to give them like a play-by-play.
Right.
Just basically like, what did we like about it?
Okay.
Kind of thing.
What did you like about the film? And then we'll go back and forth.
First thing I want to say, the casting. The characters that, because like, again, in Chapter 2, they're playing as the older versions of them.
Right.
27 years later.
Yeah.
They could not have picked a better actor or actress for each of the characters. Mm-hmm. They matched the personality perfectly. Like it was great. Like,
right.
I actually found that movie really funny.
Yeah.
Like I was laughing quite a bit.
Some people were not laughing.
No. We went with some other people and they're like, that's the scariest movie I have ever seen. And I don't know if it's the scariest movie I've ever seen.
I wouldn't say all that. Yeah.
But it's creepy. It does have some creepy aspects to it.
Right.
Which is kind of cool.
Some jump scares and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if I don't know. Bill Skarsgård?
I think
who plays Pennywise?
Yeah.
He's so good.
He is.
The way he makes his eyes like all
like all wonky and stuff. I was like,
it's cool.
And I didn't know until you told me in the movie that he does that himself.
Yeah, he does that like eye thing by himself. I don't know how they make it glow. I'm sure that's
CGI
special effects, but I know like he can do like the weird stuff with his eyes. Yeah.
Dang.
So that's pretty cool. But I could tell, like, I don't know, the actor and actresses just had like a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like, I don't know, I felt it.
You vibe with it, yeah.
I did. It was a cool movie. I'd definitely go see it in theaters again.
Yeah.
And as soon as it comes out, I'm probably gonna
buy that.
Gonna buy that for sure. What about you? What do you think?
I really liked it. I liked the character development of it. Like we saw the kids in the first movie, and then we saw how they progressed into their adult lives, and then we saw how Pennywise brought them back into like the town. I like how when they were in the town, I like how Pennywise like triggered each of their fears against them, and if they didn't think they had any fears, he brought like the deep dark fears. Like Richie. He really didn't say he had fears, but he was really afraid of clowns, and then he showed him. Yeah, I like that. And I also liked just like the jokes that were made were like they're like well timed. They weren't like corny or anything like that. They were like well timed.
They were
well thought out.
Very well done. One scene in particular, for some reason, I just like really liked it was the Paul Bunyan part.
Oh yeah,
like that kind of it didn't creep me out, but it was like. What is happening right now?
Right. That jump scare did get me. Most of them didn't get me, but that one did. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, that's Paul Bunyan. And I was like, whoa. So I thought that was kind of cool. So this is when the spoilers come in.
Yeah.
A little bit. So is Richie? Is he gay then? Is that?
Yeah, I think he was closeted. So I think.
And he was in love with Eddie.
Oh,
because that's what he scraped on the bridge. He did like the R+E.
Oh, he did
with his knife.
Yeah.
So was that for Eddie then? Because he was the one who was like super emotional.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Because
that's kind of. I wonder if that's in the book.
I don't know. I feel like I should read the book, but
I
heard it's really long.
It's huge. It's really long. But I want to say my cousin might have it. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll just ask her.
Yeah.
Or something. But
yeah, I don't know if they added that for like, societal effects, because most movies now, they usually have some type of LGBTQ member in the movie. So I don't know if they just added that or it was already in the book. So because I haven't read the book.
Maybe.
But I definitely don't remember him being gay in the old movie. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
That's crazy though. I loved Eddie. So the actor that played Eddie in Chapter 2, mm-hmm. I don't know, I just really like that actor. Like, I remember seeing him in Sinister.
Oh, yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
He's
mm-hmm.
Deputy so-and-so.
Yeah.
And then he ended up taking kind of like the lead role in Sinister 2.
Yep.
And I thought he was great.
Great, yeah.
And then,
actor.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I kind of want to figure that out. Let me look. We didn't even start our timer.
Yeah.
It's fine. But yeah, one thing I just feel like with him, he just has this natural ability to just perform well in scary movies because he seems innocent, so he shows fear really easily. Yeah. But he matched the cheesiness of It, where he still has that humor and that comedy, you know, and then he was really able to develop as a character.
Yeah.
Because he was a funny character in chapter 1.
Right.
Because of his mom.
Oh, yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it almost seems like his mom and his wife was played by the same character.
It did seem like that.
I think that might have been.
It did seem like that. I'm pretty sure they had like similar names, didn't they? Or like, no, he called her mom.
Yeah, he called her mommy.
She was like, what?
She was like, excuse me? And she was like, I don't know, Macy or whatever. Let's see. The guy's name is James Ransone. Or Ransone. Ransone?
Ransom, I think. Ransone. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Either way, kudos to him.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah, he really did do a really good job. But so I really did enjoy that movie. And then in the end, when everything was going crazy, and then you know, with Eddie, like that just kind of that hit home too. I was like, dang. It's like, dang, man.
Not Eddie.
Crazy.
I like the different monsters Pennywise came up with, like to see the fears, like the old lady. I was like, oh. I wasn't expecting that. Even though I've seen the trailer many times, I was not expecting that.
Lady. It was like this tall, lanky, naked old woman. Yeah, boobs that sag to the floor.
Oh,
and then she had like 4 mouths.
Oh yeah,
like going down her neck. And I was like, okay, so this is the kind of movie we're going with. Cool.
All right.
But yeah, every character kind of had their own thing happen to them.
Yeah. There's no part 3, is there? I don't think
so.
Yeah.
I think
that's why it was so long. The movie was 2 hours and like 50 minutes long, so almost 3 hour runtime.
Like a 3 hour long movie.
And
then the first one was pretty long too. First one was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And there was probably way more in the book that they could have done. Like I know like the first movie they talked about like the turtle a little bit.
They didn't show that in the movie.
Yeah. But it's fine.
Yeah.
The very ending was a little weird, you know, where they were just like chilling in the water.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of like
swimming in the water.
Yeah, dirty water or whatever. But then Richie like was like crying, and so I kind of made up for it.
Yeah. It added some emotion to it.
Here's where I was confused. When they made out underwater, can you do that? Is that a thing? Because I feel like when you go to kiss, you know, you inhale.
Yeah.
You got to breathe in because then you start kissing. They're underwater.
Right. So they're just like sandpaper.
I'm so confused. I was like,
one, how can you hold your breath that long? Because he was Eddie.
It was for a hot minute.
What was his name?
Ben.
Ben was going on for oxygen, and she said, "Wait a minute."
Yeah.
I'd be like, "I need my oxygen. I need my."
Yeah, exactly.
You trying to kiss? I'm trying to breathe. So yeah, I was like,
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. But other than that, though, the movie was great.
Oh yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. So what other than that, what didn't you like about the movie? If you had to like point out some things that could have went better, or you know,
man, it's tough to think about because I've only seen it one time.
Right.
There were a couple things I didn't like enjoy too much. You want to know one thing? The trailer revealed a lot.
It did.
Like I feel like the trailer revealed a lot about the movie. I'm pretty sure it included like even stuff near like the end of the movie too.
Yeah, but I watched the trailer a couple times, and I thought at least the old lady scene, it did kind of like leave suspicion for like that monster, because we didn't know what to expect was walking out the thing.
Right.
We just saw the girl Bev's face just like in terror. But yeah, like that, and then I showed like the balloons thing. He was floating with the balloons.
Yeah. Other than that, though, I mean, was there anything in particular that you didn't really like?
No, I just feel like I haven't read the book, but people are telling me they should have added like a couple more. They could have added like some more details to push it along. But other than that, I didn't read it, so I can't say.
Some of it didn't make sense. Like I feel like they should have explained some of the things more. Like the ritual.
Yeah.
Like they kind of just assumed like, oh yeah. He was on drugs and now everybody's on board. Cool. Okay, this is what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like they should have dived more into the deadlights. Like what?
Yeah.
Where they
kind of just like, oh my gosh, the deadlights. Like nobody like if you weren't like super into the first movie and watched like YouTube videos on like It 1 explained kind of thing, you wouldn't even know what the deadlights were.
Exactly.
Like, I don't even fully understand what the deadlights are. I don't either.
I didn't understand because, like, why? Because at the end of the first one, they stood up to Pennywise, but he didn't get smaller. Remember how he shrunk down at the end of 2? He didn't get smaller, but I guess he did, like get hurt, though.
Yeah.
So I guess this is just, like, the end of him.
Yeah, they came up with that solution really quickly.
Yeah.
Like they had this whole plan to do this ritual, and it doesn't work. The dude lies.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh yeah, I didn't like his character. I mean, he was a great actor, but I didn't like his character in the movie.
And then he all of a sudden they're just like, oh, physics. We just need to make him smaller. It's like, clown.
But what? Yeah.
Clown. And he's just like a limp water balloon.
Right. And, like, what was their plan if they did get him smaller? Just to step on him, or like
How did they know to grab his heart?
Oh yeah, I don't know. He just kind of reached his hand in there.
Yeah.
And were they cool with what's the guy's name? I keep forgetting the character. What's the black guy's name?
Mike.
Mike. Yeah. Well, were they cool with Mike at the end? They were cool with him, right? Like, even though he lied to them.
Well, yeah, because Mike called Bill on the phone when Stanley wrote them all those letters.
Right. All right.
And then he was straight up like, "Oh yeah, and Billy, I love you, man."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. He paused for like 10 seconds and was like, "I love you,
man." Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." I feel like if somebody said that to me, I would have been like, "Yeah."
You tried to kill us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna call you back. Never.
Yeah. But that when it showed, like, the pyramid box and all, like, what was going behind it, I was kind of peeping. Like, I was like, why is this part scratched out in my head? I was like, oh, that's interesting. But he scratched it out. But at the end, I mean, it worked. They killed it.
That's true.
So
they did. But all in all, it was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I feel like I enjoyed the movie quite a bit, and I would see it again.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Plan on seeing it again.
But
yeah. But
I'm trying to think what other horror movies are coming out soon.
We saw that one. It's another Stephen King's.
Oh,
books.
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep. They're making a movie for. Was that underwater movie?
Yeah,
that was a Blumhouse movie, wasn't it?
Yep. With Kristen Stewart, it was a Blumhouse movie.
Yeah, I love Blumhouse Productions. They're great. They do the Conjuring universe. They've done Lights Out. They've done a bunch of other movies like that. So they really do a good job, I feel like.
Yeah, Lights Out. That was a pretty good one. I wasn't expecting it. I can't remember, like, much about it, but I just remember that I was expecting it to be really cheesy and not have a good storyline, and then it ended up having a pretty good storyline.
Yeah,
but that's
because it was based off of a short film. Was it? Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
where, like, the monsters at the end of the hallway.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah, that was Lights Out, right? Is that your?
Yeah, that was Lights Out. I don't know. I don't know for a fact that it was based, but
I'm pretty sure it was based off. No, it was. Yeah, it was based off a short film because the main character from the short film, she was the lady in the beginning of the movie in Lights Out. They had her in the actual movie.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That we saw scary stories to tell in the dark a couple weeks ago. Before school started.
That's true.
That was an alright movie.
I feel like that movie would have been better if it wasn't PG-13.
Yeah, they could have did a lot more with that movie if it wasn't. But I mean, it was a good PG-13 horror movie. Like, if you just wanted to start out horror movies, like, you haven't seen many before, that's a good start.
It's a good starter movie. I wasn't a big fan. Like, that probably isn't a movie that I would buy and be like, you have to watch this.
Yeah.
But now I kind of want to read the book. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like I've heard stories from the book, but I haven't actually seen the book.
Yeah.
Or
I haven't read it or seen it. Yeah.
But I don't know. It should be. What you should do is you should comment and tell us what is your favorite
horror movie or book.
Yeah. And we'll look them over. And if there's any that we haven't seen, we'll probably watch them. Although we've probably seen them all.
Yeah.
From the cheesiest of the cheesy to to the best of the best.
And we might even rewatch some just to refresh our memory so we can talk about it for you.
I watch horror movies all the time.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like not really tired but I need to go to bed soon.
Yeah.
Just
put on a horror movie.
Throw on a horror movie or something. And just be like, all right, let's go to bed.
All right.
And then people will be like, you are on drugs.
This is one horror movie on Netflix. It was called like Puka.
Puka.
It was about like a suit, like a mascot suit, like a suit that basically possessed this guy. It was pretty cheesy, but it was
not bad though.
It wasn't bad for like a Netflix show or Netflix movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is interesting. And he like lost his kids and stuff because of it. I was like, oh,
I don't know if it's a horror movie per se, but did you ever see the movie on Netflix called Would You Rather?
Yeah, I did.
That movie's crazy.
Was that was that where they were invited to this old guy's mansion?
Yeah.
And
I don't know if he's an old guy, but like
younger
to
guy.
the dinner party.
Yeah, and he said he would pay off the girl's brother's.
Yeah, he basically
bills.
said to all of them like, I will make your life perfect
if you win.
win.
Yeah. I remember the old lady getting stabbed in the thigh or something.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, dude. Everybody starts dying.
I was like,
whoa.
Oh,
this movie's crazy.
It's crazy. Like, what happened? What was the twist at the end that happened?
Well, they were down to two people. It was the girl and then the young dude who was sitting next to her, the one who was like flirting with her the whole time. And so they were across from each other, and she won the coin toss. And they were basically like, okay, you have would you rather end the game, walk away, both of you.
Yeah.
This dude has like a bowling ball for an eye right now because he like cut his eye open with a razor.
Oh, that was. They actually showed that too. That was crazy. He said,
it was like,
Oh.
But and yeah, she's like, end the game right now. You both walk away, empty-handed, but you leave.
Yeah.
Or B, shoot the dude with this like old gun, win the game,
and your money,
and save your brother.
Yep.
And he said that, and she was so this dude's like, come on, we can go.
We can both go.
You can do it right now.
I need that money.
He's like, I didn't tell you why I was here. He goes, I have 3 sisters. Blah! She shoots him right in the chest. And then this dude's like, oh, like all the employees start clapping for her, and she's just like bawling her eyes out. And so they're like, we've already found a donor. We'll give you more information, and we'll get your brother out there immediately, kind of thing.
Yep.
She goes home.
Yep.
And her brother committed suicide.
Yes.
And that was a fucked up ending, dude. I was like,
no.
Whoa.
So she did all that for nothing.
All that for nothing.
I mean, she lived, but
that's crazy. Hopefully she got like a house or something out of it. Or a car.
Something.
Some sort of car.
She did commit murder. I wouldn't be surprised she got arrested. But no, I guess.
Well, no, because they put it under wraps.
That's right.
They've been doing it for like years.
That's right. What if you got a letter in the mail saying, would you rather? I'll be like, okay, I'd rather throw this in the trash can. I'm A-okay.
That's crazy. But no, that was a really fun movie to watch. Like, it's a totally different idea. Because, I mean, they've tried it with like, didn't they make a movie like Truth or Dare?
Yeah, they did.
I never actually watched it because it looked too cheesy for me.
Yeah, it was pretty
But
cheesy.
this one was different because it wasn't like, oh, you're getting possessed or whatever, and it's like...
Right.
Would you rather? No, it was just one like this. That's realistic.
Right, just like a guy in a house that has a sick addiction of putting people against each other. Because actually, he didn't kill anybody; they killed each other.
Yeah, I feel like you need to leave the possession movies to James Wan.
Yeah,
because it's not like I'm not saying he makes perfect movies. A lot of people have said like, "Oh, this movie's boring. This movie's not scary." Well, that's because one, you're anywhere from. Is our fridge talking to us?
Yeah, it's talking to us.
What do we name her?
We hear you, Flexi. We hear
Flexi.
you,
Flexi the fridge. It's got to be at least once an episode.
Yeah.
Flexi's just got to flex on us.
It's got to say something to us.
Yeah. Whoa. Anyways.
Yeah.
Like, the thing about it, though, is, like, if you're watching it, you're anywhere from 17 or even 16 to 100 years old watching this movie. Obviously, your tolerance for fear is going to go down. And there's only so many ideas you can come up with for a scary movie.
Right.
You know? But I just feel like he's the best
at what he does.
Do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree with that. Yeah, because horror movies aren't good if they're cheesy. I mean, there is such thing as good cheesy horror movies, but then
that they have to own it though.
Right, they have to know.
They have
cheesy.
to own that they're cheesy.
Like the scary movies, like the scary movie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like what was it? It was something paranormal activity spoof or something.
Oh yeah. Even like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark even kind of owned what they had.
Right. They knew it was Scary Stories. That was based off the book. So.
Right. I have the hiccups. It flowed together pretty well though.
Yeah, it did. I feel like I was watching it too. It was some scene that reminded me of like the toe lady. Well, the lady is like
we're talking about like the toe in the soup.
Yeah. Like the lady said, I lost my toe or something like that. It was It was one of the monsters in it that reminded me of that scene. I just can't remember which one. Yeah, I don't know. It's not coming to me right now.
Oh, either way. But yeah, I feel like there's some good horror movies in the making. I know The Conjuring 3 is coming soon.
Nice.
I think might be next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see what they're gonna do. All I know is because the only thing that they have so far, they don't have like trailers, but they have like a poster, kind of thing.
Sorry, we just had some frequencies.
Yeah.
It sounds like a helicopter's going above us.
It does. There's a little following up with the spooky episode. Okay. It sounds like there's an airplane.
An airplane?
like above us right now. I'm just waiting for a dude with like a chainsaw to like come through here.
Yeah, just
boom. What? That is so.
Must have been.
That is so crazy.
Must have been a riffraff car.
it's just riffraff. We're just gonna turn our bass down.
Yeah.
All right.
Must have been a riffraff car.
Yeah, we're just gonna let that go for now. that is crazy.
Yeah.
Which
wait, what?
I don't know. That's whew, that messed with me. We kind of
I was like
totally off track. But I guess we could transition then if we want to get into the real spooky stuff.
The real spooky stuff.
Ghosts.
So, do you believe in ghosts?
Ghosts. I do.
I do too.
I
believe in spirits in the afterlife. I guess if you want to consider that a ghost, that's a ghost. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what like how do you feel about like hauntings and stuff?
Hauntings, I feel like things I feel like
it's a tough subject.
Yeah, I feel like hauntings can occur if spirits have unfinished business that they're trying to do. But in that case, people have died like all over, like everywhere basically.
Right.
So it's like, how do we know which is which?
So how do you feel about like possessions?
Stuff
like that.
I mean, I've seen like, have you seen like La Veronica?
The Curse of La Llorona.
Yeah, La
Llorona.
Like that movie was based off a true story. Like some girl was like messing with the Ouija board trying to get to some dead relative, which
La Llorona is like it's like the boogeyman down in Mexico or in like Latin America. Yeah. They use that. They like that's what they tell like their kids, like that story, to like listen to like their parents or whatever. Yeah. Or if not, then like La Llorona will take them.
Right.
Kind of thing.
So yeah, that I kind of believe it's because like, who knows what's out there? Like we don't have the technology, or we're not advanced enough to see everything. And I mean, there's these fake paranormal ghost shows. Like I feel like those shows are fake. Like I feel like that side of the paranormal side.
I mean, there's been a couple ghost shows where I feel like, well, maybe it's real because they don't find something crazy every time. Like my favorite one is probably Ghost Adventures.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That one's pretty good, but they've gotten really commercialized like recently.
Oh yeah.
I haven't watched it in a long time just because we don't really have access to like cable.
Yeah.
Like
not like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I don't have time. But besides that, like I liked that one for a while, but yeah, sometimes you can't really trust the TV shows. You almost have to just do it yourself.
They're there for the views and stuff. But I feel like places like in Charleston, there's haunted mansions and stuff like that. And here it's haunted mansions. I feel like if there's like a history there, like of continual murder or like killings or whatever, then there could be spirits there, and like they could just be roaming around. There could be like different type of ghosts. There could be like bad and evil ghosts that want to hurt you, and there could be like friendly ghosts that don't want anything to do with you. They're just trying to finish what they started,
right?
But they can't because they're
because if you think about it, like if there's like a real traumatic experience, and it messes with people mentally like that much, where they get like PTSD or even some sort of other mental issue, like you got to think what happens if like it leads to somebody's like death, like if you actually have like a soul. I feel like after a traumatic experience like that, like is your soul just gonna be like, all right, well, that just happened, peace,
and that's it?
Or is it gonna be like,
we're not done?
I'm not ending like that. Like that's crazy.
I feel like ghosts also brings into question like what you believe, because like some people like different religions believe in different things, and some
like reincarnation and all that stuff.
Exactly. So like I guess it's like a hard subject to talk about, because like somebody could believe that all spirits go to heaven or hell, whatever, and there's like a midlife. So if you believe in the heaven and hell, then I guess you don't believe in a midlife, or a mid, like you stay here. But I feel like some souls do stay here. But who's this? But then you got to bring the question to people who don't believe in anything, and it's like, what if there is no soul and it's solely our brain, and once that brain turns off, it's just black darkness? And that's why it's kind of like,
that's the thing. The people who think that, it's like, well then, like, what happens when you die?
Exactly.
Like, what do you feel? Or are you just straight up, because you can't, you'd almost think like, oh, well, you're just gonna dream, but you can't because your brain's off.
Exactly.
I know some people are like, oh, well, you just relive the life that you already lived. And so, like, what if you're living your life right now? Like, what if this is all just, like, a simulation? I was like, if I was reliving my life right now, I'm like, there's no way, because my dumb ass wouldn't have started a podcast.
It's crazy. I don't know. It's just a lot to digest and a lot to even really talk about, because, like, you believe you believe in one thing, somebody believe in another. It's like, but if you just believe in darkness, like, that's kind of like, I'm not gonna hate anybody's religion or like non-religion, but it's like, it's kind of boring. Like, when you die, it's over. Yeah, it's scary. It's like, oh, you die, that's it, forever in darkness.
Because honestly, you can believe whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like if I want to be like, well, if I die, I get to choose what I want to do next.
Yeah.
Just being like, well, that'd be cool.
That'd be nice. That's what I'm saying.
I want to try a life being riff-raff. I'm going to try a life being like the celebrity riff-raff.
Right.
Try
like Duck Dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it all.
Yeah.
I
would, if I had to choose one, I would want to say, like, I would like, that's crazy. Like, going back to it, it's like, what if reincarnation is real and this is like our like second, third, fourth, 500th life?
Yeah, I've been around for 6 loops.
6 loops. I feel like
I was actually Bill Gates last time.
But he's not dead.
Well, right, but this is Bill Gates number like 427.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So it's like that, and then it's you also have to take in. It's like, oh shit, I had a thought. If you can keep talking, and then I'll bring it back.
Anyways, that's almost a weird thing to think about. Like, let's say the Earth ends in like 100 years from now, and we just don't know it. And then once the Earth ends, it just redoes it.
Yeah. And
then everybody just kind of switches spots. Just like, all right, Bryan Perry, you have been assigned to Jeff Bezos. Tre Foxworth, you have been assigned to O.J. Simpson.
Sorry. Wait, I don't want to. Well, I remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna, cause I've heard stories about like people who like have like died and they came back, and the first question the doctor asked them, "Oh, what did you see? What did you see?" And then some people say I saw heaven, some people say they saw hell, but like, who knows what they really saw? Like,
yeah,
if they actually died and then came back, I just have a hard time like thinking about like
how do you know what you saw?
How do you know what you saw if your brain was off? Well, I guess your brain is alive for a couple minutes after your body's dead. I think
that's crazy.
Your body dies before your brain dies.
I hope that's not just like straight up pain.
Yeah. Ooh. But how do you feel pain if you don't have a body? It's just your brain.
I mean, your brain is what makes you feel everything.
That's true. So since your body,
like if I just made you think like, Trey, you got hit in the shin really hard, like you fell and you just nailed your shin on a metal rail.
Yeah.
And it was hurting. How's your shin feel right now? It makes you want to
feel it. It felt numb for a second.
Yeah.
Tingly. Yeah.
I'm a hypnotic master.
And
sleep. All right. Anyways, guys, so now that he's gone.
I've always wanted to be actually try to get, like the people come in like school stuff, like they hypnotize people. Like, in the chair. I've always wanted to try see if it's actually real. Like, do you actually hypnotize people, or are all these people just acting?
Or all they just acting?
Are all y'all just acting? I've always wondered that. It's like,
There was what are they called?
Hypnotists.
Hypnotists,
Mm-hmm.
right? That we had like our senior all-nighter.
Yeah.
I don't know if did you have those?
No, I can.
It was basically like one night towards the end of the school year, the seniors stayed at the high school all night long, and there was like blow up stuff in the gym, like there was like a mechanical bull.
That's cool.
There was like card games, ping pong, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that was the day before our golf team had regionals.
Wow.
So that sucked. So
Yeah.
I left early because I needed sleep
Get ready, yeah.
to get ready for regionals. But I guess they had a hypnotist come at 3 a.m. And
3 a.m.?
Yeah, 3 a.m. And I guess it was like crazy. Like he made like 20 people on stage fall asleep.
Well, they were probably.
And I was like, were they acting though?
Yeah.
I bet you they were scripted. Like,
because I guarantee you, if I ever get the chance to be a hypnotist, I won't act anything. I would be like, oh, I'm not even hypnotized, and they'll be like, okay, sir, we need you to go sit down.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, you're not going with the show. Go and take your seat.
exactly. Like I want to know the truth.
Right.
I'm interested. I wonder if they have hypnotists around here. We should go.
Yeah.
Impulse Decision, episode 2 or 4 or whatever we're on. We're going to go see a hypnotist.
I feel like I want to go see a hypnotist and a psychic. Like, they read your palms and
oh, yeah.
look into my ball. Yeah, all that.
There was a psychic in one of my classes.
Oh.
So I'm in, it's one of
Here?
my, it's one of my classes I'm in right now, actually. When it was like the first day of school, we were introducing ourselves.
Yeah.
And then you were supposed to give like a fun fact. And he goes, I'm a psychic. And everyone was like,
What?
Wait, what? And he's like, I'm a psychic. And she was like, okay, well, what am I thinking of? He goes, no. He's like, I tell your future, like after like, sitting down and talking to you and looking at you. He's like, I can tell like your love life in the future, your health, stuff like that. We were in that class the day after that. We actually like started doing class stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure this is like her first semester teaching. Mm-hmm. She's not the best. Like I really don't like the way she sets up the class. The psychic dropped out after the first day of class.
Really?
And then after him, half of our class dropped it.
Are you still in it?
I'm still in it, and I regret every decision of staying in that class. And I was like, I should have listened to the psychic. He saw that coming from the start.
Yeah.
He didn't actually say it, but how else would the psychic drop out before half the class dropped out?
That makes sense.
He was in his head, and he was like, oh my goodness, everybody fails. Every person in this class fails. I'm getting out of here.
It's like Doctor Strange. We all die.
We all die. For what cost?
For what cost?
Man, I should have listened to him. But I'm in that class. I'm going to do the best I can. Probably fail it.
I hope not.
I hope not either. I don't want to do that. But either way, psychic would be cool to see too.
Yeah.
But I wish he was still in the class and I can ask him.
Yeah, you can ask him right there.
Read my palm. But he's not in that class anymore.
I wonder, like the psychic stuff, they tell you your destiny, but what if you want to change your destiny? What? That's why I feel like time travel would not be a smart idea, because like, what if you go back in time, I knock with this water bottle, and next thing I know, I'm dead next time I step out the door.
Oh, yeah, that's so weird to think about.
But it's like, because remember in Avengers, they talked about, I don't know how accurate this is, obviously, it's a movie, but
Marvel is the most scientific definition of how to do it.
Bruce Banner was talking about it all just doesn't happen linear. It all happens like linear together, like multiple straight lines. So when you do something one thing, it won't affect your timeline or something like that. It was something that really confused me because I thought I knew how time travel worked, but I guess I don't.
I don't know. What do you believe more, Back to the Future or Marvel?
Marvel. Nah, but Back to the Future's relatively science-based, I guess.
Yeah, except they did say we would have flying cars at this point.
Yeah, they did.
Weren't they right about, like, one or two things?
We had the shoes. The little self-placing shoes. That was about it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie in a while.
I thought there was, like, one or two things that actually matched up, like, by the year.
Oh.
And it was, like, super crazy. But
Probably
then
is.
they were like, yeah, hoverboards, flying cars. Nope. we ain't got that one.
We have hoverboards.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I remember when those were the thing to have.
Yep. And they started exploding and nobody wanted them anymore.
Were they really?
Yeah. You didn't hear about, like, on the news and stuff? They're exploding?
No.
It was a bunch of, like, third-party sellers that made them real cheap, and then the lithium battery would, like, explode or something.
Oh, snap.
You kind of put a damper on that.
My phone exploded, or my phone got recalled for exploding. I had the Galaxy Note 7.
Ah, yeah.
It got reprimanded when I was on an airplane.
So what'd they do with it?
They didn't know I had it. Like, they didn't know it was that phone.
Yeah.
Until I got back through, like, once I landed.
Yeah.
And so I was, like, showing, like, my passport and stuff. And then they were like, how did you get this phone, like, on this airplane? And I was like, what? And they're like, you're not allowed to have these on airplanes. And I'm like, oh. And they're like, so don't do it again.
You put it back in your pocket?
I was like, okay, slide that back in there. That's crazy, though. You know, it happens. Technology, sometimes we can't really keep up with our own creations.
Right. It doesn't work sometimes.
Unless.
But have you seen the new iPhone? I know you're not a huge iPhone lover, but have you seen the new iPhone?
Which one?
Like the newest one that just came out. Like the new, there's an 11 and there's 11 Pro.
There's an 11 Pro now?
Yeah.
Nope. No.
The 11 hasn't. The 11 hasn't come out yet. It's like they had a what is it called?
Like a seminar about it or something?
Yeah. I forgot it's the name for it, but yeah, they had that, and they showed like the new watches and stuff, and they showed like the Apple iPhone 11 and the 11 Pro. I gotta show you. I gotta show you the 11 Pro.
All right.
People on the internet are not too. I mean, some people like it and some people don't. I don't like how it looks. It looks
the Pro.
Yeah, it looks stupid to me.
Really? Yeah. I know Google just they've been teasing their new design for the Pixel 4 and 4 XL.
Oh yeah.
And those come out in October normally. And it looks really cool.
Yeah.
They're coming out with a bunch of new technology that's gonna like, because Google's really starting to try and be a real
phone company,
smartphone competitor.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Against Apple and Samsung, because those were your two powerhouses.
Right.
And then there was always like this Nexus and this, the LGs and all that. And finally Google was like, we're taking that, like Android, because that was like the original like Droid,
right,
whatever. Yeah. And Google was like, we're gonna flip this around. Look, mine's now it's trying to talk to me because I said its name. Sorry.
This is the iPhone 11 Pro. It just looks stupid.
Oh, what?
It just looks stupid. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it has the 3 cameras on it. So like instead of 2, it has like a box and then 3 cameras on it. It doesn't look good.
That's kind of bulky.
Right, and I won't be buying that phone.
That's weird. See, now, I'm not even like being biased. The Pixel 3 XL is the #1 smartphone camera.
Yeah.
And it only has
one camera.
It's all in the software.
Right.
So once you take the picture, it looks at it and it's like, okay, this is that color, this is that color, this is that color, and it makes it better. It's almost like a filter as you're taking the picture.
Yeah.
But it doesn't filter it to alter what it actually looks like. It's telling the phone what it actually looks like. Because Google is really big in the actual software of it, because they have the search engine, they have all this crazy stuff.
And if we really dive down to it, for software places, who would you rather trust? Like Apple, I know Apple has iPhone and stuff like that, but Google is like a multi-billion. Obviously, they're multi-billion dollars, about to be trillion-dollar businesses. But Google has Chrome, it has all this stuff, it has Docs and all that, and Apple
YouTube.
Yeah, Google owns YouTube. I'm sure they know what they're doing when it comes to coding and everything like that.
And I know Apple, one of their big things is security.
Yeah.
And one of my professors made an amazing point. True, Apple does not get hacked as much as like Microsoft.
Yeah.
But that's because 90% of the world uses Windows and only 10% of the world uses Apple.
Yeah.
So true. Why would hackers focus on 10% of the world?
Exactly.
When they could be hacking 90% of the world?
Makes sense. The only reason I really have an iPhone, because I've had an Android all the way up to a phone before this one, it's just because everybody else has it.
Yeah.
Right.
I joined the Apple train, but I joined it at the right time. I joined it at the wrong time, but at the right time for me, because I had a 4 for a while, the iPhone 4, and then I got the 5C, which is like one of the worst iPhones ever. It was buggy. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It did nothing that I wanted. The battery life sucked, and I was like, all right, and we're switching back.
Yeah, we're switching back. That was nice, but we're done.
Yeah. And I just feel like all the iPhones are the same. I couldn't, like your phone, I couldn't tell the difference if that was a 6S or an 8.
Only difference is, like, the cameras somewhat changed, like, as you can see, but it doesn't mean for the better. They try to add new features, but, I mean, I'm an iPhone user, so I can't hate on Apple too much, because I do have one, I pay for one, but, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just phones, so.
I have a MacBook, but I don't use that as much.
Yeah.
I have a Microsoft Surface Pro.
Yeah.
For, like, my main laptop. But the one thing I like about MacBook is it has iMovie.
Yeah.
You know, great for video editing. Like, there's no really... I mean, there are good editing systems that you can download onto, like, a Windows computer kind of thing, but you have to pay for it.
Right.
And actually, iMovie now, if you want to buy, like, the full version through, like, the App Store, it's, like, $200 or $300.
Yeah, it's probably, like, a professional video editor.
It's crazy. But
interesting. I kind of want to see what it looks like. Well, what's the difference between the free one and the $200 one?
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
We'd have to research that for sure. But technology is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But back to our little spooky talk.
I don't know how we got on technology.
Yeah, I don't even know how we transitioned. We're covering it all.
I know.
But have you had any personal experiences regarding like ghosts and stuff?
Can't say that I had. No.
Nothing?
Nothing. That's why I don't know if they're real or not. I haven't had any personal experiences.
That's crazy. Well, I know we were talking as for an idea of an impulse decision episode. There's a couple haunted locations nearby that you can actually go to for free. That's actually historically haunted.
That's it, yep.
So I think that might be something we should do pretty soon.
Be a move.
Maybe we'll go this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go right now.
Right now.
Podcast over. End it. I can honestly say, though, with full confidence, I have had multiple experiences with ghosts.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is, but my house is haunted back in Michigan.
Yeah.
It is. Straight up.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. So what happened, like when it first started with, when was it first? Oh, the door. So in our basement, we have a storage room, and then in the storage room, we have like a panic room for like storms and stuff. Yeah. So it's all like concrete walls, and then the door's really thick, and it only locks from the inside.
Okay.
And the outside is just like a little hole where you like push in the lock or whatever to unlock it.
Yeah.
You know, it would lock itself all the time from the inside.
Oh.
It was crazy. And then it was other small stuff, like my mom like would tell us that like the Wi-Fi router, like for some reason the antennas would be like moved or the router would just be unplugged, and we're like,
who did that?
That's like, why would any of us unplug or move the router around? Yeah. We all want Wi-Fi.
Right.
Like, so that was kind of weird. And so we started doing like little ghost investigations because I was watching all like the ghost shows, you know? So I was like, we're going to do that.
We're going to investigate.
So my mom had all these little tiny lights from like some sort of show that she did at like through her work.
Yeah.
There was like these little tea lights. And so you would screw the top and it would turn it on.
Yeah.
And then you'd screw it up, like unscrew it to turn it off kind of thing. So we would screw it to where it was still off, and then if you pushed down on it, it would push the spring enough to turn the light on.
Okay.
And we would set them up all over the basement.
Yeah.
And then we would set up like cards, like little bells, and like compasses and little temperature gauges kind of thing, just see what we could find.
Right.
And lights would turn on and like answer our questions. Like we would be like, "Where are you?" And it would flash a light in like a different room. And we were like,
were y'all not scared?
Whoa.
I'd have been like,
we were freaked out. And so what happened was we ended up setting up all the different lights on a table and tried to figure out like what we're talking to. And it spelled out Frank. Frank. Right?
That's like some...
and that became the name of our ghost.
Yeah.
So we start doing like research and we go down like a rabbit hole. And basically like Michigan has a bunch of lakes, like all in like a chain. And so like settlers like back in the old days would like travel along the lakes kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so we were thinking that maybe like somebody might have died like traveling along the lakes like near our property.
Right.
And might be like haunting the area. So it could be like Francis or
yeah.
something. But ever since then, any friends who came over who like didn't believe like in ghosts or anything, we would do a Frank investigation and we would have lights turn on or somebody would get touched. I've been like scratched down my back. Like we had like a picture. It was crazy. And then eventually we actually caught footage like on my phone. We have a video of the doors opening and we were like, what is happening right now? But I tried to do some stuff over the summer. Yeah. Like this past summer. And nothing was really happening. So there might just be quieting down. But I have full belief in ghosts.
Yeah.
100%.
I would too after that.
Yeah. But we definitely need to go somewhere. Like one of these haunted locations. Yeah. See if we can't find something.
Hopefully we don't get possessed or...
Hopefully we don't get possessed.
You followed us.
Yeah. But here, do you ever think though, like, let's say if we all become like ghosts, like if you become a ghost, what kind of ghost would you be? Would you be a ghost to like, that like haunts people, or you're going to be a ghost that like sneaks into like an arcade at 3 a.m. and like uses your ghostly powers to play like Street Fighter?
If I'm a ghost, I'm not going to hurt or try to scare anybody. If I see somebody like calling out for ghosts, I'm going to be like, hey, don't be afraid. We are here.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
What's up,
we are here. What's up, dude? I'm like a friend. Like
Casper.
On what Casper. Be like a friend.
I'm gonna be one of your uncles.
Oh, yeah. Evil. Well, how does that work though? Because like, if ghosts went to show themselves, could they, or like?
I don't know. Because that's the crazy part. Like I know a lot of people who like actually believe in ghosts who are like scientists. They're like, oh well, they don't have enough energy to like manifest themselves. They have to like build up energy, build up energy kind of thing, and then maybe the ghost. Like, think about it. Like, if you die and you're close to like a family member, you want to build up that energy, and you want to be able to show to like a family member that you're there. Yeah, kind of thing. Yeah. So then when your family member's like, oh my gosh, I just saw a ghost, and then because a lot of times they won't actually like call anybody about it. Right. But let's say they do, and they bring somebody, or they do set up a camera, you might not have enough energy to do it a second time, right? Kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I guess we'll never really know until
the day comes.
Till the day comes and we bite the dust. But do you believe in like having 9 lives? Have you ever have you dodged death at all? I've definitely done it a couple times.
Yeah, I've almost gotten to like accidents, maybe like car accidents. But I've never been in a car accident. But I feel like I've maybe dodged a couple
bullets for sure.
A couple bullets.
I feel that for sure.
Oh, the Grand Canyon. So there was there's parts of the Grand Canyon. There's like the west side, the east side, and the different sides. So I went to the west side, and the west side parts are like roped off. Mm-hmm. Like here's like let's say this is like the part you can walk on. This is the clip down. Mm-hmm. Some parts are like roped off with like a little chain.
Oh yeah. And
then some parts are not. We were walking, one of the parts are not. And we were walking, I felt my foot slip. Oh. And so it's like, here's like we're walking, here's like a little ledge. My foot was slipping down there. I was like, oh. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stay.
That's
matter of fact,
crazy.
when I was taking like this picture, my foot, like that's the ledge you can see right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if should I show it to the camera?
Yeah, sure.
So like, oh, you can't see it. My foot is right there, and sorry about that. My foot's right there, and then it's like a ledge right there, and then it's like a drop off. So my foot slipped on like the ledge before, and I got kind of freaked out. But
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Grand Canyon at some point.
It's a beautiful, guy. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
That's where you can cry, right?
I was like,
that's where you can cry.
A grown man can cry. I feel like, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if I'm just crazy, but it's like my brain, whenever I'm in like a situation where I could die, like let's say of looking down over a cliff or like driving, my brain automatically thinks like, what if you jumped off this cliff right now? Like, what if, like not even any suicidal way or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It's like, what if you just jumped off the cliff right now? Like, what would happen? Like, would you die? Would you fly? Because like, I don't know. It's weird. And then like
almost like
it's
like a survival.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, okay, so my brain's telling me, thinking about all the things that could happen, and none of them seem good. So I'm going to step back and not jump off this cliff.
Right.
And that's what the saying, he kicks back in, and like your human emotions like that. But yeah,
the little fight or flight.
Right. I guess that's what it is. It's like, what would happen if somebody came back and pushed me off the cliff? What would I do? What would be my first thing? But yeah.
Yeah. Die.
Could I grab onto a rock or like? Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, so I did look at a couple different haunted locations near us, and it sounds like the one that we should check out is Alice. I think I might have told you about it.
I think you told a little bit about it, yeah.
So definitely look around for our Alice video.
Yeah.
It'll probably be an impulse decision episode.
Yeah.
But I feel like that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We can take a look into
what is it, like a graveyard? Or?
Yeah, it's a graveyard, and it's not too far south from us. You know, it's near like there's Murrells Inlet, and like Pawleys Island. Mm-hmm. It's like right there.
Okay, cool.
So we just gotta go down 17, like less than not even an hour.
Yeah,
like half hour, 45 minutes, and I guess there's a graveyard there, and one of the graves is unmarked, except it just says Alice. There's no last name or date, or anything.
Just Alice.
Yeah, and when you go there, there's probably going to be like a bunch of stuff on the grave because you're supposed to like go there and bring stuff. You're supposed to bring like coins or anything circular to resemble this like ring because there's like a whole backstory behind it.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Do they like tell you, like do they guide you through like the backstory? You just go there and look?
I found it online.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully I can re-find it. But, yeah, basically it was like, there's this girl named Alice, and she was falling in love with, I want to say I don't know if it was like a slave on their plantation, or if it was just like an African-American guy.
Yeah.
But basically they fell in love with each other, and basically he engaged to her, and she said yes, and so she would hide this ring like around her neck, but then she got like super sick.
We hear you.
Flexi.
We hear you.
Flexi.
We hear you.
Calm down.
We hear you.
Calm down. So anyways, now that Flexi's done with her little chat, so she got sick, and so they ended up going to Charleston, I want to say, because that's where like her parents, or like that was like their preferred hospital.
Yeah, makes
or whatever.
Sense.
So they go there, and she ends up getting better, but they ended up finding the ring around her neck and were figuring out what it was from, so they threw it like out the window or something.
Yeah.
And so she got all depressed about it, and I think the depression almost caused her to get sick again, and then she died. So her house is actually near the graveyard, like where she used to live. And so I'm pretty sure that's like a museum now. Like you can go there during the day.
Yeah.
And we went there one time during the night, some friends and I, and we like tried to like look inside. It looked all creepy in there, but we couldn't get in. But you can go to the graveyard anytime.
Yeah. Okay.
And so you're supposed to bring her something circular to like resemble the ring, and you're supposed to like walk around the grave or whatever. But my buddy and I definitely saw something at that graveyard.
Did you really?
So we should definitely go.
Okay.
So I think that's what we're gonna do.
What did you see?
So he thought he heard something. So we decided to go check it out, and the rest of the people were there. We ran into another group of people at the graveyard who were checking out the same thing as we were. So they were hanging out there, and we start walking, and in the corner of the graveyard, it's all like in this big stone wall. It's like a perimeter. And in the corner, we saw what looked like a white dress. It looked like a woman, right? And so we're like, what? Oh, is that something? Is it not something? And then it moved, and we booked it.
You should have went over and checked it out.
We took off. We were freaked out. We were like, hell no.
Was that night?
This is at night.
You should check it out.
It was dead at night. So we're definitely going to go check that out.
Yes, sir.
So we can't do it this weekend. We can do it anytime. So that's definitely the move.
That is the move. I'm ready. I'm ready to get my ghost on.
Get my ghost on.
Get my ghost on.
It's time to get my ghost on.
Get my ghost on. Ooh. Yeah, but that'll about wrap it up for today's episode.
Oh, yeah.
This has been a very spooky episode.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. If you haven't seen It Too, this is definitely a free plug,
check it out.
Check out It Too.
And let us know what you think. And don't forget to comment your favorite horror movie.
Right. Or book. Or book. I can't promise we're going to read the book.
We'll definitely watch the movie.
Yeah, watch the movie, but maybe not read the book.
We're a little lazy. Don't forget, please leave a like on the video.
Please.
Subscribe. And
turn the notification bell on, please.
Yeah.
So you don't miss
out on any bonus stuff, because we might be throwing other stuff on here besides episodes.
Exactly. We got impulse decisions. We got live streams coming.
That's right.
Behind the scenes bloopers, all that.
Exactly. And please share it with some friends.
Of course.
Share the love.
Even if it's caring.
If you don't like listening to us, maybe your roommate will. Maybe your next door neighbor will. Maybe your dog will. Who knows? Share it. It's not that hard.
Right.
It's just a little arrow.
Couple buttons, couple clicks.
Anyways, we would really appreciate it. And if you really like what we do, check out our Patreon.
Yeah, just check it out. No pressure.
Yeah,
no pressure.
No Flex Club. Yeah. It's an app. It's a website, and we do have a giveaway. Yeah, we're giving away free stuff.
Free stuff.
You have an opportunity to win some gift cards.
Yeah, but I really appreciate you guys, or not I, but we really appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't be doing this if we weren't having a good time and we didn't see support from y'all. Like at the first episode, we got like 112 views. So we're surprised on that one. So, we're just going to keep it going, keep it grinding. We're trying to, balance this and schoolwork. Right. So,
we're doing it for you.
Doing it for you.
That's right. But don't forget, don't be flex.